last a century. And every time they mention me, increase my life expectancy. Maybe this my destiny. Loved and hated, then hated and loved. Never betrayed to be a thug, but know a couple who hold slugs. Ain't fighting Spider-Man, but everything I'm spitting venom. Had to look in the mirror and get my shit together, cause sometimes you think it's over, but it's only getting better. Yeah, good friends going with the wind, like Pac said. Legends never die, so we not dead. I'm a fresh white boy, you can call me a
Ramily, welcome in to what I was hoping was a victory Monday, but unfortunately, the Rams lose to the Philadelphia Eagles 23-14. If you're new here, please make sure to subscribe. If you're a returning member and new, smash the like button, share, turn on post notifications. As always, I'm bringing you Rams content daily, breaking news, live streams, shorts, all the good jazz. But there was no good jazz yesterday. Quickly, I will say I was not able to live stream, had a baby shower that I had to be around for, so the time just did not work out. So I will be back next week. I guess it's a good thing because you guys would have heard me swearing, cussing, flipping out. So anyways, let's get right into the numbers here. So Rams lose 23-14. The Eagles had 454 total yards. The Rams had 249 passing yards. The Eagles were at 295. Rams 195. Rushing yards, the Eagles had 159, while the Rams had a whopping 54 yards. Yards per play, the Eagles had 5.8, Rams 4.5. The Eagles had 28 first downs, while the Rams only had 17. Eagles were very efficient on third down, 13 of 18, while we weren't efficient, under 50% at 6 of 14. We did stop the Eagles on their fourth down attempt, so they were 0 for 1, while we were 2 of 3 on fourth downs. Big discrepancy right here in plays. They had 78 plays. We only had 55. Rams allowed 4 sacks. Eagles only allowed 1. We did punt the ball 4 times. Eagles only punted once. The Rams had 5 penalties for 48 yards. The Eagles had 3 penalties for 35 yards. No fumbles in this one. And Jalen Hurts with the lone interception thrown to Akello Witherspoon. And time of possession, 37 minutes, 55 seconds for the Eagles. 22 minutes, 5 seconds for the Rams. That is huge. That's a whole quarter that they had the ball more than us. Player stats, let's get the Rams. Matthew Stafford, 21 of 37, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kyren Williams, 13 carries, 53 yards, 4.1 yards per carry. Cooper Kupp, big news. He came back, looked really good in the first half. 8 catches, 118 yards. Puka Nacua, 7 catches, 71 yards. Tyler Higbee and Tutu Atwell both had a pair of catches. And Kyren Williams had 2 catches as well. And Ben Skoranek was targeted but did not bring it in. Ernest Jones, 10 tackles. Jordan Fuller, 7. Darion Kendrick, 7. Roseboom, 4. Turner, 4. Akello Witherspoon had the interception. And Aaron Donald had 1 tackle. So he was really not a factor in this one. Byron Young, 2 assists. On the Eagles side, Jalen Hurts was 25 of 38, 303 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He also had the most rushing yards, 15 carries, 72 yards with a rushing touchdown. DeAndre Swift, 17 carries, 70 yards. Kenneth Gainwell, 7 carries, 17 yards. A.J. Brown, 6 catches, 127 yards. Dallas Goedert, 8 catches, 117 yards and a touchdown. DeAndre Swift, 6 catches, 38 yards. And then tackles, Reed Blankenship, their safety, 5 tackles. Nicholas Moreau, 4 tackles. Darius Slay, 4 tackles. Jalen Carter, 3 tackles, 2 sacks. All right. So there's our stats for the game. I left off on Jalen Carter, rookie, probably the defensive rookie of the year. Really gave us trouble. Brought pressure, brought heat. Tough kid. Surprised he didn't go a lot higher in the draft. So this game was looking good to start. Eagles quickly went on the board, put up 7 on us. But then the Rams came back. Matthew Stafford and company had a great drive, capped off by a Tutu Atwell touchdown. Great throw from Stafford to get that 3-yard pass. As they mentioned on the broadcast, it was more like a 30-yard pass just because where Stafford was, and this was literally right at the pylon of the left front end zone. So that was a nice play from the Rams. 14 plays, 75 yards, chewed up 6 minutes, 36 seconds. The Eagles' first drive was very similar at 75 yards, chewed up 6 minutes, 23 seconds. Then the Eagles' next possession, they get a field goal. So it is 10-7. Well, actually, no. So after our touchdown, there was a few punts. Eagles go on a 9-play, 25-yard drive, punt it. The Rams go on a 6-play, 18-yard drive. They punt it. Both teams in those drives chewed up a little over 3 minutes, so it's still a 7-7 game. Then the Eagles go on a 15-play, 56-yard drive to go up 10-7. Dallas Goedert really started this year off slow. This was definitely something that the Eagles schemed up. The Rams probably didn't think Dallas Goedert would really do much, but he really killed us this game. He had a career season high in yards, catches, and his first touchdown of the season. So then the Eagles, they get their field goal, and it's 10-7. But then the Rams go on a 6-play, 75-yard drive, chewed up about a minute 43. Big play of this drive. Honestly, just the first half was Cooper Kupp. He looked explosive. He had over 50 yards on the first drive. Then in this drive, he catches a big 39-yard catch on Darius Slay, where Darius Slay looked like he was holding him. Nonetheless, first down at the Los Angeles Rams 39. We then proceed to run the ball for 1 yard and then get sacked for 1 yard. So now we're looking at a 3rd and 10 at the 22. Matthew Stafford with 32 seconds left. Looks right. Boom. Bombs it. Puka Nacua, 22-yard touchdown. Things are looking good, right? It's 14-10. 32 seconds left. And just like Rams fashion as of late, they give up points with not a lot of time, and the opposing team driving on us with boom plays with penalties included. 2 big penalties really screwed us on this one. Darion Kendrick, there was a big pass to A.J. Brown for 38 yards. Then Darion Kendrick decides to horse collar tackle, give them an additional 14 yards. And then Jalen Hurts underthrows A.J. Brown in the end zone. When there's an underthrown ball and the defender doesn't really turn around, it's always going to be a pass interference. It sucks because a lot of teams utilize that to their advantage now. So now the Eagles, instead of having the ball at the 14, get the ball at the 1. And a big thing that's been happening around the league with this team, with the Philadelphia Eagles, is the tush push, right? So they push it in to go up 17-14 at half. The Rams, when they have a lead at the half, Sean McVay has a great record. I think probably only a few losses. I mean, there was one point where he was undefeated, but then last year with our injuries and everything, he played a big part. So it's good if the Rams could go into half with a lead against these powerhouse teams instead of giving up such late drive touchdowns, field goals against the 49ers and Eagles, touchdowns with like no time left. It's unreal. Anyways, it's 17-14. Eagles got ball first, so the Rams will get the ball to start the second half, and they go on a 7-play, 16-yard drive, punt. Then the Eagles get the ball. They go on a big 7-play, 75-yard drive. That's capped off by an interception by Kilo Witherspoon, who has both of our interceptions this year. Great catch. It was another underthrown ball to A.J. Brown trying to draw OPI. Kilo Witherspoon, being the veteran here, realized it, turned around, got his body in position. Nice catch on the sideline. So I'm hyped up at this point. We get the ball back. Let's do something. It was a big play for our defense to give the offense the ball back. But as you'll see, the story in the second half, our offense cannot get going. We punt the ball. Eagles get the ball back. Field goal, 20-14. What do? We punt the ball. What do the Eagles do? This is the story of the second half. Field goal, 23-14. Then the Rams go for it. Next drive on a fourth down, 4th and 12. Matthew Stafford sacked. First 13 yards, Hassan Reddick. Then the Eagles got the ball. At this point, it's over. They go for it on 4th and 2. They don't get it. This was reviewed, took up a lot of time, but clear as day, they did not get the QB sneak. The little tush push wasn't a yard. It was 4th and 2. Then the Rams get the ball with 1:01 left. The clock ends up ending. We do give our last pass to Puka Nacua to end the game. And that's where we are, 23-14. The Rams lose to go 2-3. The Eagles win to go to 5-0. This game was hard to watch in the second half. The defense, sure, they gave up a lot of yards, but they held the Eagles to field goals. 2 field goals in the second half. That was it. The Rams had 0 points in the second half. This offense could not get going. Matthew Stafford really looked off. He was missing Cooper Kupp. He was missing Puka. It was just a rough half. The run game really couldn't get going much in this game. There was a few big runs by Kyron Williams, but overall, it's hard to run on the Eagles, and we could not be any different than all the other teams that have tried that. It was good to see Cooper Kupp go out there, lead our team in catches and yards. But I really wanted to see more out of him in the second half. We didn't give him his first catch in the second half till the fourth quarter. And that's not good. If you're going to beat a team like the Eagles, you need to go for your key guys. And yeah, Cooper Kupp's coming back from IR, but he obviously is still a key guy. I think that the connection between him and Stafford started hot, but really towards the end of the game was not there. Kudos to the Eagles really trying to take Cooper Kupp out of the game. Of course, it might take him a couple of weeks to get fully in game shape and to fully build that connection with Matthew Stafford, because you can see he overthrew him. And those are probably balls that Cooper Kupp would get. On the average deep pass, Cooper Kupp is always there, and there's not a lot of times that Stafford targets Cooper Kupp and it does not get completed. But there is pros to take out of this game. Cooper Kupp and Puka together definitely gelled. It was fun to watch them play together. Van Jefferson only played 2 snaps, so he is the man out, raising a lot of rumors of possibly trading him for a late round pick. He is a free agent. If we're not going to play the guy, you might as well get something out of him, and especially if you're not going to re-sign him. Tutu Atwell did have that touchdown catch. He did have a drop late in this game. Tyler Higbee, who I thought would be a big part of this game plan, only had 2 catches. The offensive line, Alaric Jackson did start with Joseph Noteboom out. Alaric Jackson was a game time decision, but he did play. He looked good. Dotson was in. Coleman Shelton actually left this game briefly for Brian Allen, but did return. So the offensive line, did their part for the most part. They did allow 4 sacks. Some of it was on Stafford. He did hold the ball long at times. So it's, we got to look at this from an outsider's view. No one had us winning this game. No one had us winning any game we won, probably besides the Colts. So at 2-3, this is where I had us in my original prediction video. I had us going 10-7. I mean, if you look at the teams we've played, every team besides the Bengals is above 500, and 2 teams we played are undefeated right now. Seattle's 3-1. The Colts are 3-2. Bengals 2-3. 49ers 5-0. Eagles 5-0. So the Rams had a tough schedule. Every team we've played besides the Colts was in the playoffs last year and made it far. 2 made to the NFC Championship. Obviously, Eagles made it to the Super Bowl. Bengals made it to the AFC Championship game. Colts are a very improved team with Anthony Richardson, who actually is out 4 to 6 weeks, I believe, now after getting hurt yesterday. But he was there when we played him. And Seattle last year was a wild card team, and we beat them by 17. So this team is young. The Rams are young. They're building experience as each game goes by. Guys like Kobe Turner, Byron Young starting to look good. Kobe Durant really needs to step up. His tackling is horrible, which I always knew. Was hoping for some improvements there, but he's really not stopping anyone. He's not giving us no game-breaking interceptions to really help us. Seems like it's Kello Weatherspoon doing everything in the secondary as far as cornerbacks. Russ East did miss some tackles yesterday. Jordan Fuller is doing very well. Had a pass breakup yesterday, making solid tackles. Definitely our best guy in the secondary, especially at safety. Darion Kendrick, I don't know what to make of him. At times he looks really good, and then times he's just losing his mind, making ignorant decisions with stupid penalties. Although they might be questionable calls, they're close enough that it makes you wonder, what are you doing? He made some good tackles for the most part, but like I said, it's hit or miss with Darion Kendrick. Aaron Donald's wife pretty much tweeted out something along the lines of him needing help, which is a good thing. She said, makes a difference when you have playmakers, man. And she ain't lying. It makes a huge difference when you have playmakers, right? And she's talking about Aaron Donald. He needs some help. Michael Hoyt is getting me more frustrated by the week. I like him as a utility guy, use depth on the D line. But when I see him out there in coverage on the edge, it's very concerning. He's slow. He can't cover. He's a mediocre guy at tackling because he can't catch guys that go bounce it outside. He's 310 pounds. We need edge. Chase Young just had 11 pressures this week. Brian Burns is playing for a team that's 0-5. Rams, we need to get one of these guys. Snead, McVay, everyone in the front office. If Aaron Donald's wife's tweeting that, he's talking to her. All right? He's telling her things. We need to make a move. This Rams team has the potential to make a big run. It'll be hard to beat the Eagles and 49ers the way we're built now, right? But with us getting Cooper Kupp back, we need someone on defense. I'm not saying our defense is playing horrible, but we're getting no pressure. We're getting no pressure at all. It is hard to watch. Jalen Hurts had all day. Granted, the Eagles' offensive line is good, but one sack, very little pressures, especially in the second half. Then we're getting ran all over in the second half. We're getting tired out. We need edge immediately. We have picks. I thought our mantra was F them picks, right? Aaron Donald, Stafford are down for a rebuild, and what's our first round pick? What pick is it going to be? Is the kid going to make it? Is he going to be anything good? There's been a lot of bad picks this year that were in the first round. I mean, we got the best wide receiver in the fifth round, right? We got Byron Young in the third round. They're playing great. We got Steve Avella in the second round. If we could use these first round picks to get proven talent, proven edge talent, let's do it. That's our weakness. Our secondary is having to cover guys for a lot longer than they should. And it's becoming very hard. Very, very hard. So we need to figure that out. Again, they did not allow a passing touchdown to a wide receiver. It was a tight end. We need edge. Roseboom, I'm on the fence with that guy. I don't really think he's that good. He's doing what he needs to do, but in coverage, he's really nothing special. So my thoughts are we move on to Arizona next week. We're going to win that game. We're going to be 3-3. Let's make a push. Let's get one of these premier edge guys. Let's help Aaron Donald. He deserves it. I think Aaron Donald deserves it, right? I think most people would agree with me. Ramley, as always, thank you for tuning in. Subscribe, like, share. As always, take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. I'm your boy Ramsaholic, and I'm out.
It's 4 a.m. in New Bedford, I'm getting my shit together. City just ain't safe, these kids down for whatever. Letting the lead fly, they flocking just like a feather. I couldn't stay there forever, career not getting better. I ain't no rapper, can't imagine not getting cheddar. They posting pics in their base models, not even leather. It's not even leather. It's 4 a.m. White.